Hey, what's up, people? Michael here. If you want to partner your YouTube channel up, check out the link in the description.
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. GA, it's all yours.
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but it was as an assistant coach in Dallas, where he helped win the 2011 title, that he rejuvenated his career. Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity. But after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's Harrell in at the 5. And for the Trailblazers, McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. And it's Lillard in at the point guard. Belgrade, the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
Who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players have ever done that in league history.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Harold drives in. No good, shot missing. And now, here's Hezonja. Pass to McCollum. Here's Whiteside, and the basket is good.
Some of the best centers in the league understand every aspect of the offense and where shots are coming from, and Whiteside's positioned himself well for that one.
Now here's Williams. A three-pointer is right on target.
Not a shot the coaches are going to draw up often for him, and he makes it with the defense closing in.
Lillard looking around. To the inside. McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Beverly against Lillard. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That's a pretty impressive finish for Montrezl Harrell.
Knocked away. Leonard against Lillard. They get the rebound, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And a nice show of strength from Whiteside there. Slapped on the shot, but still makes the basket.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Find the lane. Good shot.
Free throw, good. Whiteside. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Beverly looking around. Passes it to Harrell. Outside Williams. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Beverly. And it's sent back by Lillard. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Whiteside. And another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And that's what you want to do with Whiteside, feeding him the ball in the paint where he makes the defense collapse.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Free throw, good. Whiteside. Are there any players, Brent, you have been surprised with how good they've become?
Well, last year, the evolution of Pascal Siakam and what he was able to do in Toronto was just out of nowhere. And what an incredible run he had, being a huge part of getting that team into the NBA Finals for the first time. Canada saw finals basketball, the birthplace of basketball.
The Toronto Huskies, you're right.
Pascal Siakam last year was such a huge
How about his game 1 in the finals? Unbelievable.
Tremendous and great confidence, and the way that he can play, Kevin, very difficult to match up against. Shooting threes, transition, long on defense. It'll be interesting to see in the years to come how far Pascal Siakam comes in the league.
Here's McCollum. Clippers able to drain the 3. Shoots over Shannon. No good there. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. In the corner, George with it. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
Well, Brent, you look at the explosive numbers George has put up. A lot of it has to do with how he runs the pick and roll.
Incredible at his size and his ability to read the defenses in pick and roll situation. Anytime there's a defender that decides to go under on Paul George from the perimeter, he can let that thing rip from the three-point line. Last year, I think you saw him with the most poise that he's ever played with in his career. I expect that to continue.
Throw good, Paul George.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Now here's Bazemore. Here's Whiteside. That one misses. Great D that time from Green. Pass to Zubac. He kicks it to Beverly. Outside, George. Outside, Green. Now the pass to Shamet. 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pass to Shamet. 1:06 left to play here in the first. Here's the floater. Who's back up? Zubac, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Now here's Little. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Here's George. Shamet on the wing. Back to George. Second chance shot. Zubac kicks to Shamet. Over Little. And again, the Clippers good for two. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. And they pick up 2. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Los Angeles.
And a deep 3 from George. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He described what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Michael Green is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now Shamet after the miss 3 from Damian Lillard. Shamet finds Beverly. Outside, George. Bazemore grabs the miss.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now, here's Nurkic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Nice shot selection there. Nurkic finding a shooting window and making that one count.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
On the free throw, no good. Brent, for your money, who's the most complete player in the NBA right now?
Over the course of the past 2 years, nobody has impressed me more with his complete game than Kevin Durant. What he has done defensively has just been tremendous. And I know You have guys like Giannis, you have guys like Harden, you have guys like LeBron James, who are incredible players.
And Kawhi, what he did last year.
Leonard.
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant, to me, still is one of the most impressive complete players that we have in the game.
Now here's Lillard, following the miss by Lou Williams. And a wide open look for McCollum, and the call will go against Anthony Tolliver. That's his first foul. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. With the teardrop, Portland grabs the miss.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Lillard. He has 5. Shot clock at 6. Got it. Good job in the low post. Lillard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, compact and strong Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Sonya's checked in for Portland. Here's Williams. Beverly for 3. Collins grabs the miss.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Now here's Hood. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
A 3 from McCollum. Green with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
And you look at Collins, able to protect the rim and space the floor offensively.
And fits that modern template for an NBA center. Time will tell how good he can be, but he's already making an impact.
Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Ken Bazemore comes in for Rodney Hood, and then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Paul George comes in for Green, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverley. In the corner, George with it, and Shamet out top of the key. Here's the teardrop. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Little. No points in the game yet for him. He dishes it to Bazemore. Hezonja kicks to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Zubac. Portland again missing.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Here's Zubac. Here's Williams. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
McCollum with the ball. Tries it from the top of the key. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
And so that's the end of the first half. Clippers ahead, leading by 8. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking out open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. Defensively and offensively, they improved quite a bit in the second quarter, and they've got a nice 8-point halftime lead to show for it. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high up there in the stratosphere. Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were spending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at what plays are we calling. How can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan. Go.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Patrick Beverley. He's been playing really well.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with a step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Los Angeles leading by 8. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. And it's Hood in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Trailblazers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them.
A lot of people over the past couple of seasons wondering if C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard would be together. Well, the franchise has made that commitment to them financially. They've kept up great chemistry and great leadership with this team. Have the additions in the offseason been enough to push Portland forward? Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And there it is for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
McCollum outside. Teardrop shot. But they'll get another chance. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Hood. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. And you think about Lillard and McCollum, both 4-year star players in mid-major schools. Brett, they're used to leading the way and being accountable for the outcome.
Well, they also are very cognizant, Kevin, of recognizing what their contributions can do to their teammates. Always quick to compliment the guys that do the dirty work. This is one of the most dynamic duos in terms of backcourts that we have in the NBA.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now here's Harold. Let's a floater go. McCollum against Beverly. Stolen by Beverly. 5-on-3 break. Back to Harold. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harold's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire. Of Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Tolliver comes in for Mario Hezonja. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Now here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Here's Nurkic. And it's good, assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight.
And Nurkic testing his luck from the mid-range.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Green. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got his first basket of the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Lillard with it. He's against Green. Lillard misses. Clippers leading by 10. Here's Beverly. He's got 9. Passes to George. Back to Beverly. Launches a 3. The shot will not fall. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard outside. Fires top of the key. He gets that one. Lillard's got 9.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Los Superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Different look now for Portland. Little comes in for Rodney Hood, and it's Kent Bazemore in for C.J. McCollum. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet comes in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Leonard. Green kicks to Zubac. Outside, George. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. George has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisition.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
And this is the final year of Kent Bazemore's 4-year, $70 million contract.
Well, some great timing for Kent Bazemore to become a free agent, part of that 2016 kick-up in the salary cap. And Bazemore, a really interesting addition to this Portland team, as he is a guy who can get out in transition, shoot the three, and finish around the rim. Switchable defender. He's a great addition for what Terry Stotts is looking to do here.
The first one falls.
And the game plan against the Blazers, the last few postseasons has been trapping Lillard and McCollum and forcing someone else to beat.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is an opportunity for Zach Collins to really step into his own, along with Nurkic, who last year was injured during the playoffs, so that there can be some points and contributions coming from your power forward and center position. That'll ease some pressure on your backcourt. And really, it's hard to guard a guy like Bazemore because of how high he can get up. His athleticism is just boundless.
1:15 left to play in the third. Pass to Leonard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
And even though he's been nagged by injury for a few years, Brent, Kawhi is still a top two-way threat when he's healthy.
Well, the fact that Kawhi Leonard could move on from San Antonio, get to that Toronto team that needed just an extra push to do something in the Eastern Conference, especially with the absence of LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard absolutely dominated last year's playoffs and took Toronto to a championship. And now, for the first time, he's had the choice to continue his career somewhere. He's going to do that back home in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
And here are the Clippers now. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Shamet up top. Covered by Lillard. Here's Zubac. That one, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Now George. He's got 9. Shamet on the wing. From downtown. The shot, no good. And so it's Los Angeles, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
So much weed I sparked on my boys. What's a weekly thing? Taking suiting up. 22 when I moved to land, I'm lighting 1J to wake my neighbors up. God damn. Hop out the bed and drink me some Folgers.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Trailblazers trail by 11. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Williams and Shamet are the guard set. The 2-star, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Now here's Leonard. Nasir Little missing his last shot. Williams finds Zubac. Banked in off the glass. Zubac has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. More for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside Williams. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Lillard outside. On the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Tries a 3, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Not a look now for Portland. Rodney Hood's checked in for Little, and McCollum subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And then for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Landry Shamet. Outside Williams. Shoots over Lillard. And the shot is long. Trailblazers trail by 15. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. That fall. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Williams kicks to Leonard. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. And here is Harrell. The pass to Beverly. 4 on the clock. Over McCollum.
When you have a big man like Whiteside putting his hand up, it's always going to make your shot that much more difficult.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stop.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
And credit the
screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And you talk about shot makers, C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
George looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Williams for 3.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Here's McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And it's 8 points for C.J. McCollum.
And the ball handling right there, McCollum, he's able to get anywhere on the court he wants to go.
Williams finds Leonard. Over Hazonia. Leonard with the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Leonard with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Stellar anticipation by Leonard to create the fast break opportunity. That's why he's a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Hazonia. 6 to shoot. Back to Lillard. From deep. Here's Whiteside. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Los Angeles leading by 12. 1:29 left here in the fourth quarter. George passes to Beverly. One off the back iron and out. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Los Angeles.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Leonard.
He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Now here's Hood.
Come on, shoot!
It's Hazonia in the corner. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Heads up play by Rodney Hood.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Now here's Beverly. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Lou Williams, you made some big shots to get the win tonight.
I just wanted to stay aggressive. You know, shoot or shoot. That's what we're supposed to do. I've always been a confident guy. Never got down on myself, so I just continue to be aggressive and just concentrate on the first shot.
Lou, nobody has ever doubted your confidence. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.